qualifying heat A versus F. Time to put Evan Gilter in pole position for the first time today, but alongside him is going to be the Italian Edoardo Villa. This is going to be very interesting from the get-go. The second row of the grid, Giovanni Trentin and Danny Caronini, an all-Italian row, then Herolin Iridini and Finn McLaughlin, Sam Shaw and Eloy Gonzalez from Mika Voss and Henki Kalteren, Rivaldo van der Westerlaken and Sebastian Murray from Noah Maton and Hugo Besson, Kevin Robin and Angelo Melli from Quentin de Pogny and Loritz Saksha, then Federico Alreifer and Mattis Barb from Jason Young and Rafael Fournier, Santiago da Costa and Delano Waylands, Eduardo Dominguez, Louis Johnston-Cool, Bastien Menil, Marcus Lucio and Evan Rapon. And we are racing. Good start from Giovanni Trentin. He gets into second place nice and early. And onto the onto the marbles a little bit there for Eduardo Villa. He's got to try and come back, but he's lost quite a few places. So Eduardo Villa trying to get his grip back again, but he's slipped down to about 7th or 8th place. Not a great start for the Italian as Trentin signals to Evan Gilter up front. Come on, let's get going. Let's pull away from the rest of the field as Danny Caronini has now moved up into 3rd place. So Caronini is putting on an excellent show here as he charges his way forward. The man who won on home soil in the international finals last year, now he's going to try and add the Euro Series title to his collection. But he's got to work his way forward to do that. It's much tougher to win a series over 4 weekends than it is to win one over one. As up the inside, a nice move there in the middle of the gaggle. That is Danny Caronini getting his move to edge his way further forward. Herolin Iridini making good progress there as well. So Sam Shaw is actually the man in 3rd position. I'm not quite sure how he did that, but Sam Shaw is the one in 3rd place. I thought that was Caronini, but no, it is Sam Shaw in 3rd position. Back into 6th place comes Eduardo Villa as he makes the move on Rivaldo van der Westerlaken, who falls back to 10th position behind Kalteren, Voss and McLaughlin. So 1 lap completed out of 11. But what a scintillating battle this is turning into now. Great joy, great battles all the way through the field. Gilter and Trentin, though, getting well clear of Shaw and Caronini. Then Nuradini, Villa, Kalteren, Voss, McLaughlin, van der Westerlaken, and then we've got in 10th position, that is now Noah Maton. So Noah Maton trying to break his way through to the top 10, and he has managed to do so. So some good battles all the way through. Out of the final turn and on the main straight again. Not a lot of distance between the line and first corner. As up the inside goes Danny Caronini. He gets the move on Sam Shaw. That's 3rd position. And now he's going to let Herolin Nuradini get by as well. So Nuradini is into 4th position. That's at the expense of Sam Shaw. But there's still a long way to go. Eduardo Villa in 6th position, trying to move his way further forward as well. In 7th place, you've got Henki Kalteren, the Dutchman. A lot of good moves. Oh, that's a late attempt from Eduardo Villa. Was that enough to get past Sam Shaw? Yes, it was. So he has got through into 5th position now. So Sam Shaw drops back into P6. An excellent start, but he hasn't quite materialised into being able to maintain it. So a very tough scenario, but a great situation so far. Gilter, Trentin, Caronini, Nuradini, Villa and Shaw. Some great battles going on so far. Excellent performances and some great displays for the drivers working their magic out on the circuit. Gilter, Trentin, Caronini, Nuradini, Villa and Shaw. So Trentin is going with Evan Gilter, but he's not going to make the overtaking move yet. He wants to stay with him, hot on his heels. Doesn't really want to play with it just yet. He wants to extend the gap between himself and Danny Caronini. We've got a long way to go. Federico Alrifai sets the fastest lap of the race. The man who's based in the United Arab Emirates. So let's see how he continues his charge forward. He's made quite an impression in the IAME Euro Series over the last couple of weekends. So it's good to see him there bidding for a front position of the grid. And Federico Alrifai is currently in 13th behind Eloy Gonzalez. Oh, a little bit of a nudge there from Giovanni Trentin. That's perfectly legal, nothing wrong with that. Just trying to get him a little further up the road, just trying to go with him. Rubbing's racing, now he's going to make his bid on the inside line, and Giovanni Trentin takes the lead for the Pantano Racing team going into lap 5. So Giovanni Trentin clearly has the space on Evan Gilter, but he has some speed as well, and he's already starting to pull away. Look at that, he's opened the gap a little. Giovanni Trentin with a lot of speed under his right foot, and there's not a lot that Gilter can do about it. Wow, that is extraordinary speed from Giovanni Trentin on the first lap getting through. I think he's tried to pull out a qualifying lap essentially there on Evan Gilter to try and put daylight between himself and the Frenchman. And I can't help but think that on the sidelines, Ellie Goldstein will see this and have a little wry grin, because that will definitely make things tougher for Evan Gilter. And here's Finn McLaughlin trying to get closer to the back of Noah Maton. Maton going as long into the corner as possible. Oh, sorry, Maton is behind these guys. That is Enki Kalter, and he's battling away with. And on the inside, there goes Danny Carinini. Danny Carinini gets past Gilter. So Gilter is down to third. The man who's been perfect all weekend up to this point is now down in third position. Trentin's got away. Carinini's come through to second. And now Eduardo Vila's having a look at Gilter. It looks like it could be Italians 1, 2 and 3 here. If Eduardo Vila can get past Gilter as well. And Gilter is struggling to get clear. Vila's going to make the lunge on the inside. Job done. Tricolore 1, 2 and 3. The Italians are first, second and third. Trentin in the lead. Carinini in second. Vila in third. And for Evan Gilter, something has gone badly wrong. Now this is very dramatic. The man in pole position in time qualifying and the winner of yesterday's opening heat. But it's not going well for Gilter in this one. He has fallen away to fourth position. And Delano Waylands has got a mechanical problem. He is giving the technical flag there, I'm afraid. So Delano Waylands, clearly with some kind of problem. Not entirely sure what it is. We'll try and pick it up as he comes through. He's at the back of the field by the look of it, but I'm not entirely sure what it is that has caused Delano Waylands that problem. But certainly for the moment, this battle continues, and there is Finn McLaughlin, having now got his way past Henki Kalteren. So the battles continue. Well, I can see exactly what it is that's put Delano Waylands into the pits. He's got a bent front Nassau panel. So that's very unfortunate. That's it's almost hanging off the bolt on the side of the rod there. So I'm afraid that's Delano Waylands very much out of this race. So Finn McLaughlin in front of Henki Kalteren and Sam Shaw. Federico Al Rifai is doing a great job. He's up to 8th position now, working his way through. Noah Maton and Heron and Neradini in the top 10. There goes Shaw on the inside there of Kalteren. So Sam Shaw gets past Henki Kalteren. Good overtaking move then from the Englishman. But there's going to be an interesting one from the man behind, because Federico Al Rifai in the Chaos Sport Cosmic is going to get on the inside of Henki Kalteren as well. A nice move, and he gets the position. So now out in front it is Trentin, Carinini and Vila. 3 Italians in the top 3. Then Gilter, McLaughlin, Shaw and Henki Kalteren. Although now actually Kalteren has lost out to Federico Al Rifai. Sam Shaw managing to hold his position there in front of Federico Al Rifai. McLaughlin, Al Rifai, Kalteren, Shaw, Maton and Voss just rounding up the top 10. With Nuradini and Gonzalez are there in the mix as well. So too is Rivaldo van der Westerlaken, Quentin de Pogny, and then the 301 in the mix there as well. That's Sebastian Murray, the Scottish driver who is based these days in the United Arab Emirates. So Giovanni Trentin out in the lead, but Danny Carinini is catching him. Fabulous to see the OTK group driver in second place. Danny Carinini wearing the Tony Kart colours on the overalls, but he's in a Cosmic chassis, so obviously still part of the same karting group. And Danny Carinini wants to take the lead here from Giovanni Trentin. This is what we keep coming back to. In Senior X30, you can take the lead, you can pull away, but it's very difficult to dominate. And all it takes is one driver to be on the attack. And all of a sudden, that big lead disappears to nothing. And Danny Carinini starting to hustle in behind Giovanni Trentin. To go off the final turn. Trentin still under some pressure here from Danny Carinini. 2 laps to go. This is prime time for Carinini to try and take the lead away. And Eduardo Vila's not far away either in the TB kart chassis in third place. So we could see a very interesting tussle between these two. Is Carinini close enough to have a go? Not quite on Giovanni Trentin. But certainly they've taken a big scalp out of Evan Gilter this time. Where is Gilter? There he is, 4th place, but he's being caught by Finn McLaughlin. The Irishman could well get through. And that would definitely be a big feather in the cap for the talented young Irish driver. So Finn McLaughlin still trying to make his way forward. But Trentin ahead of Carinini. Can Carinini slide it up the inside here? We've seen several drivers try and fail on that S-bend. So now Carinini has got one more lap to try and find the move on the inside of Giovanni Trentin if he wants to take a 0 score. Very much like the world of golf, the qualifying heats, as we go into the last lap. Points are scored based on your position in the qualifying heats to tally up to the grid, and you've got to take as few points as possible. 0 for the win, 2 for second, 3 for third, 4 for fourth, and so on. And whoever has the fewest points will be starting from the front in the final. Trentin is having to go defensive now on Danny Carinini, puts his cart in the middle of the road, and by doing that, Eduardo Villa has caught them both up. So anything can still happen on this X30 senior heat. Every single race there's a battle. Every single race there is a tight fight. And once again, Danny Carinini has to play it cool here. He doesn't want to show his cards too early. Giovanni Trentin just placing the card exactly where it needs to be. This could end as a stalemate, but it's certainly the sign of things to come this weekend. Trentin defends and moves to cover. Carinini's going to try and switch around on the outside. They're going to go side by side. Vila's going to tuck in and get second place from them. Can he outsprint them to the line? Trentin gets there from Carinini and Vila. And look, they were less than a tenth of a second apart. What a finish. What a run to the flag. The three Italians covered by less than a tenth of a second. You don't get that every day. But Giovanni Trentin just hanging on for the Pantano Racing team. That's their first win of the weekend. And Giovanni Trentin becomes the fourth different Senior X30 driver to take a win, but he did so by 62 thousandths of a second. Magic. So great work from Giovanni Trentin in front of Carinini and Vila, and they were all covered by less than a tenth of a second. Try and convince me that karting at this level is boring. You will lose that argument. Giovanni Trentin, Danny Carinini and Eduardo Vila, less than a tenth of a second at the finish line. And that wasn't even the final. Magnificent racing. Trentin, Carinini and Vila, less than a tenth at the flag. Evan Gilter down in fourth. He'll be disappointed with that. Finn McLaughlin, Federico Alrifai, Henki Kalteren, Mika Vos, Noah Maton and Sam Shaw in the top 10. Then Eloy Gonzalez in 11th position from Rivaldo van der Westerlaken. Quentin Dapogny in front of Herelin Neradini. The Canadian Jason Young in front of Sebastian Murray. Hugo Besson in front of Kevin Rabin. 19th position in the end went to Evan Repond, who made up 10 places. Bastien Menil in front of Loritz Saksha. Then Angelo Meli.